From the PEP Radio Newsroom, we have this news from Louisville, Kentucky. A federal judge in Kentucky has dismissed Louisville's proposed settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice over police reforms after the department withdrew its support of the plan earlier this year. The Justice Department announced in May it was canceling proposed consent decrees with Louisville and Minneapolis that sought to curb police racial bias and abuses after the killings of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor that spurred nationwide protests in the summer of 2020. U.S. District Judge Benjamin Beaton wrote in a December 31st ruling that the responsibility to lead the Louisville Metro Police Department in compliance with federal law must remain with the city's elected representatives and the people they serve. A judge in May dismissed Minneapolis's proposed consent decree, which places a federal officer in charge of tracking the progress of reforms laid out in the agreement. Justice Department officials under President Joe Biden's administration conducted a multi-year investigation in Louisville, prompted by the fatal shooting of Taylor and police responses to public protests in 2020. A draft of the investigation was released in early 2023, alleging the Louisville Police Department discriminates against Black people in its enforcement activities, uses excessive force, and conducts searches based on invalid warrants. New Department of Justice leadership accused the Biden Justice Department of using flawed legal theories to judge police departments and pursuing costly and burdensome consent decrees. The consent decrees with Louisville and Minneapolis were approved by the Justice Department in the final weeks of the Biden administration, but the settlements had to be approved by a judge. Beaton wrote that his ruling doesn't prevent the parties from undertaking the hard work of reform themselves. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg pledged to continue to pursue reform after the Justice Department's withdrawal of support in May. The city created a local police reform plan and hired an independent law enforcement consulting group as monitor. Greenberg said some of the progress in 2025 included addressing a backlog of open record requests and making police shooting body cameras and their videos available to the public within 10 business days. That's what we know for now. From the PEP Radio Newsroom, I'm David Moore.